Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are at Prompton State Park, and I was here a couple of years ago. This is one of the parks that I first went to when I challenged myself to get to all of Pennsylvania state parks. It's only around maybe 45 minutes from my house, so it's rather close. So that's why this was one of the first ones that I went to. And I believe it was the middle of winter. It was probably January when we were here, so it was covered in snow, and I've always wanted to come back. That time we did a bunch of trails, but when we were heading back I saw a little trail marker that said Waterfall, so I've always wanted to come back and see if I could find the waterfall. So that's what we're doing here today. I think it's around a 2-mile loop that I have pulled up on all trails. But it starts out along the creek, and I love creek hikes. So the last couple of hikes, after I finished my hike, I showed you my route on all trails, so I'm planning to do that. In case you want to do the same hike, you'll know which way I went and how long. Hi everyone, I pulled up my All Trails account. I just wanted to show you the hike that we did. So we did the Eastern Shore Sidewinder and Cliff Trail Loop. It was supposed to be 1.9 miles and elevation gain of 311 feet. We started out right here. There's a small parking area right off Beach Grove Drive, and started hiking. This is the East Shore Trail, and then we came to a post. It said Hiker Trail, and we started heading up this way, and I believe this little switchback here is where we missed our turn. And you'll see later in the video towards the end I show you exactly where that was. So when we missed our turn, we started hiking over this way along the rock formations, and we could not pick up the trail because all of the rock formations were between us and the trail. So what we did was we headed back down to the main trail, the East Shore Trail, and then we hiked all the way down to this section. You're going to cross over a bridge, and then you come to a trail junction, and I don't believe there were any signs here at this junction, but if you look up the trail, you'll see some signs right around here where the trail intersects with other trails. So then we kept going, and the waterfalls start probably around here, and they go on for quite a while. And then what we did was we came back around, and then we came back and we saw where we made our mistake. And what it was you had to actually climb up over some rocks to continue on that section of the trail, and that's why it was confusing. So you'll see that later in the video, but I just wanted to give you a good view of the trail that we did and explain how we missed the turn in the trail. Alright.
I don't know what kind of snake.
It's just a little garter.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, that's not a garter. That's something else. That might be just a brown snake. Oh my god, you jumped!
Oh, well, I thought it was just a branch.
Look at that little baby snake.
Yeah, that thing?
I mean, it's not a venomous snake, I don't think. It's not a copperhead or anything.
Okay. That's the first thing I thought, to a copperhead.
Alright, I think we might
go up here. Let's see. Old man can still jump.
Say like, what was that?
There's lots of stuff moving in the...
Huh?
I said there's lots of stuff moving. Alright, so just watch out for snakes.
Prompton State Park is on 2,000 acres in Wayne County, Pennsylvania. It is 4.2 miles west of Honesdale. The park was established in 1962. The 290-acre Prompton Lake is open to small motorboats up to 10 horsepower, kayaks, canoes, rowboats, and other non-powered watercrafts. The boat launch is on the west shore off of Route 170. There are 26 miles of hiking trails surrounding the lake, which also allow mountain biking. Other activities available at the park include disc golfing, fishing, hunting, and picnicking.
This trail has a 300-foot incline, I believe, and it seems like it's all going to be right here at the beginning. Just for some perspective, that's straight, and we're going up there. I'll be back when we're at the top. Alright, so we made it up the incline. We came to all these beautiful rock formations. And off in the distance here, you can see the lake. We pulled into the parking area and there were two game warden trucks. Not sure what's going on, but I am in my orange. I think there's a bunch of switchbacks, so I have a feeling we're turning this way. Yep. So we get to look right next to the rocks here. So we did hear a couple of shots. I don't know if that was the game warden or not. Oh wow. Looks like we're coming up to a scenic view. So because most of the leaves are down, we're already getting a good view. Alright, so we had to backtrack a little bit. We missed a turn in the trail. Right now we're kind of just up above where we were. We were right down there. And I guess this is the scenic view. It's on the map. Luckily, most of the leaves are down, so we are getting a view, but in the summertime, I don't think you would have any view right here. But these rock formations are pretty cool. And you have some water dripping down over them. We were going up the trail, and it was a bunch of switchbacks, and we missed our turn. And we ended up, we were all the way up there by those rocks. So then we had to scramble back down the side of the mountain there. And we're back on the main trail. I don't know, that waterfall just seems to be eluding me. But this is a loop trail, so by coming down to the main trail, we should be able to make that complete loop. Oh wow, that's pretty. The foliage is way past peak here.
Yeah.
Everything is down. I just looked on my map, and this is actually the Lackawaxen River going through the park here. And I was up there scrambling on the hillside, and not one porcupine did I see. Oh, there's a woodpecker. See him right over here?
Yep.
Coming up to a bridge. Looks like they cut down a lot of shrubbery here. Last time I was here, like I said, I think it was in January. And I remember the trail being very narrow and with shrubbery on both sides. that's the Sidewinder. That's the one that we should have been on, but we missed our turn. East Shore Trail. Eagle Pass. That time that I came in January, we actually did the Eagle Pass. I think that's the way that we need to go. So if we had made the right turn, we would have come through this way, gone down to the main trail and back. So instead, we went on the main trail, and hopefully by going this way, we won't miss our turn. And we'll get to see the waterfall. We're in a Pennsylvania State Park, and look what we came across, a big stone wall. Very common in Pennsylvania State Parks to come across those. And we're hiking next to the creek. And when I'm looking at my map, it's showing that the waterfall isn't far from here. Oh, there's a waterfall right up there. A little one. Can you see it there? It's going to be around here. But there really aren't, oh, there is a blaze right there. That one's saying go that way. I think we stay straight. At least according to my all trails, we're staying straight. Yep. And I think this time I'm just going to keep it running just so that we don't miss a turn, because we will be coming back on those switchbacks. Oh, there is a waterfall. Today is November 6th, so there's not a heavy flow, but in the spring I bet it's roaring. It goes all the way up there. We're a little bit closer to the waterfall, but it's coming all the way down here onto that spot that I just showed you. Alright, well, I'm not any much closer. As I nearly fall. Wow. It just keeps going down. You see a trickle off the ledge there. This waterfall keeps on going. We are up above where we were.
Great shot right here. Friend.
Wow. Beautiful.
We're gonna have you turn it off. Turn off your fucking.
Yeah, so right behind where my brother's standing, that's where that other waterfall was. This makes up for our wrong turn and climbing the mountain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the water. This is neat.
Yeah. That was that big drop that we were at before. So you could literally stand right at the top of this waterfall. I stand at the top of that one too. Pretty cool. I'm glad I finally got it. Finally found it. Wonder how they got that picnic table up here. Maybe they just built it here.
Come on, you.
As you can see, the waterfall continues. I don't think we saw this before. I think we were all the way down there.
I don't know. I think we were.
Yeah.
I think we were on the front, off the front.
Yeah, yeah. Just keeps on going. Yeah, I'm really curious about how them. Oh, there's even a bench up here.
See it rise up. Come up from the ground.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, and if you look all the way up here, it's still coming down here. Beautiful.
They gotta chain it.
Yeah, yeah. They had to chain it. I don't know who would be dragging it down the mountain, but maybe it's just so that it doesn't slide down into the waterfall. I don't know.
Maybe. Or somebody pushing it down.
That's true, yeah. Alright. Well, our trail is right there. Every once in a while a trail will get me. You know, that one had a set of switchbacks and just missed a turn. But now we're coming back in the opposite direction. There's another beautiful Little waterfall right there. So we're away from the stream now. Still following the red blazes. It's going to be interesting if they take us all the way back to those switchbacks. Because if they do, then I just totally goofed up. Some moss on that tree. So oh my god! It's a porcupine! Finally! Best day ever! Oh, he's so cute! Look at him waddle! I wish he would turn around and look at me. There he is. Hello. So cute. There he is. Alright, so I just wanted to bring you back to where we made our mistake. You might remember this big rock with the water seeping down it from before. And we went that way, but, and there's an arrow down there, I just totally missed it.
Yeah.
Yep, and climb up these rocks. Alright, so that's where we made our mistake.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh! And I think I had mentioned before that...
Of course, I don't know. Did we ever see an arrow before we came here? Before we got here, did we ever see an arrow?
Well, yeah, there's one right there.
Okay.
But, I mean, from here, do you see that?
No, it's really crazy.
Yeah. So we just kept going that way, and it does look like a path.
Even though there's a little one right here, too.
Oh, we missed that one here.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm used to, like, the trees being marked.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if they all they had to do was put an arrow on that one tree right there.
Yeah. Or a blaze, something.
Something.
To let you know you're supposed to climb up those rocks right there. Well, we had an adventure. We had an adventure, that's for sure.
All right, we're good.
Yep. Listen, that was a bucket list thing. So, and it's been a running joke because everyone that I hike with, I always say I want to see a porcupine in Pennsylvania while I'm hiking. We did go to Alaska, and on one of the trails, I think we were in Juneau, and we were hiking to Nugget Falls, and we saw a porcupine climbing up a tree in Alaska. But I'm from Pennsylvania. I want to see a porcupine in Pennsylvania. So I finally got to cross that off the list. They are so cute. But really so quiet too. You know, like they don't make much noise. A little squeak. That was it. Boy, and they are good climbers. He climbed that tree really fast. As I almost fall again. It's just the leaves on top of the rocks. Makes it really slippery. But just get low as you can, and that way if you do fall, you're not falling very far. Alright, so we made it back down to the main trail. Alright, thanks so much for following along. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please give the video a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell so that you'll get notifications when I have new videos out. Thanks again. I'll catch you on the next adventure.